So, it's not a contest, it's a giveaway, but that's just as good because if you win, you get your choice of a package full of vinyl goodies or CD goodies. If I win, I'd like to get the vinyl goodies, Hannah. So, this is Hannah, uh, Omaha Introvert is the name of her channel. This is her giveaway event. She's just reached 15,000 subscribers, 15 million subscribers, maybe it's 15 subscribers, 15 something subscribers. And if you haven't checked her channel out yet, I think she's been on the VC for a year or two now. Great channel. She's got a big, wide array of music tastes. She knows her stuff and very engaging, great videos. Definitely worth checking out and definitely worth subscribing to Hannah's channel. Omaha Introvert is, I believe, guess she lives in Nebraska. And I think, if I heard correctly, that she is the owner of Mutual of Omaha's insurance company and knows Marlon Perkins from Wild Kingdom personally. That's what I've heard. So, Hannah had not a contest, a giveaway event going, and she wants us to name 4 or 5 bands or performers that we don't particularly like and to explain why we don't. And also to talk about where we get our music, our favorite local record stores, or if we get them online, or how we go about buying records. So she said, and some people that have commented, I believe, have mentioned that a little bit controversial on the bands you don't like because, I don't know, for some reason people kind of get up in arms if their rocks get scored and their favorite band gets mentioned, a little taken aback and so forth. I get that, but at the same time, nobody's going to like everything, and nobody likes every band and every type of music out there, or at least nobody I've met so far. I look at it like food. Some people like seafood, some don't. Some like mustard on their hot dog. Some Philistines like ketchup on their hot dog. Some people don't like hot dogs. I don't like eggs, but if you tell somebody you don't like barbecue or you don't like seafood, nobody really cares. But if you get into saying you don't like this band or that band, as long as you're polite about it and not saying, your favorite band sucks, then that's just rude and you should not do that. But I mean, if you're just saying I don't like this type of music or I don't like this band, it is what it is. You're not going to like everything. As a matter of fact, Mr. Hall of Fame, Brandon, one of the VC founders, I believe, great guy, love his videos. He was on here this morning, made a response to Hannah's contest. Maybe he made it last night. I watched the video this morning. He, one of the people that he doesn't like that he listed, I'm pretty much in agreement with. Sorry, pretty much in agreement with. He said he doesn't like another band that I love. I don't get it, but hey, if he doesn't like them, he doesn't like them. And he didn't say he didn't like the Beatles, but he did mention a certain Beatles album. I won't tell you which. I'll let the suspense build, and you can go over and watch his videos because Brandon's videos are always worth watching. But he didn't like this particular Beatles album. Makes no sense to me. Not liking that particular album, in my mindset, is like saying you don't like Water and Oxygen and Puppies and Phoebe Cates. But, if he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it, and he's still a great guy. And so the point I'm making is don't let it be controversial. Just let's have fun with this, And if somebody says a band you don't like, life goes on. So, where were we? Yeah, so she was supposed to be 4 or 5 bands that we're supposed to mention that we don't like. I will start with the first two. Hate, cannot stand, just despise Hannah, Elvis Costello, and X. I mean, those bands suck. Elvis Costello's a band? Well, it doesn't matter. Both of them suck. Just seeing if you're awake and paying attention, Hannah. Of course, that's not true. I love both of them. Elvis is great. Got some X records over there. I should have gone and got them, but I didn't. So Elvis album will have to suffice. That's Crazy Talk. Of course, they're wonderful. And I do love that Elvis shirt you were wearing, and I saw the X shirt in one of your other videos for Los Angeles. It's really cool. Need to look that up and get the Elvis shirt. Don't have any Elvis shirts. I do have this nifty Animal House t-shirt, which is just as cool in a way. Bands I don't like, man, I could open a can of worms. I could sit here all day because there's probably more bands and people that I dislike than there are that I like. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. It's like our good friend, author Theodore Sturgeon said, 90% of everything is crap. He might be a little off on the percentage, but he's not too far off, I believe. But, so I could sit here and list bands and people all day that I don't like. But on the positive side, I could list bands and people that I really do like. But, narrowing it down to 5, I'll go with the first band, and I just don't get this because them and Michael Jackson kind of go head to head each week as to who has the best selling album of all time. Apparently, why anyone would buy their album. Talking to the Eagles, if you were to get your dictionary and look up mundane or boring or pointless, it should have a picture of the Eagles next to the definition. It's just, I'm thinking of a couple other bands that I really don't like, The Police and U2, that are just incredibly dull bands in my opinion. But in the case of those bands and some other bands I could name, there's at least a handful of Police and U2 songs I like. Very small handful, but there's a few. I've never met an Eagles song I liked. I tried to think of something that was halfway decent before I did this video, and nothing comes to mind at all. Oddly enough, I do love Linda Ronstadt, who, for starters, is much better looking than anybody in the Eagles, so there's that. But the tie-in, of course, is that her first 2 or 3 albums, the Eagles served as her backing band before they went off and became the Eagles. And those albums, those Ronstadt albums are really good stuff, and they do a good job there. And I'm not saying that they totally without talent. They obviously they play their instruments really well. They can sing all right. They write songs. Not any songs that are any good, but they write songs. So I mean that's a talent of sorts. But and again, if you love the Eagles, and I know apparently a lot of people do because their greatest hits album has sold 50 million copies or whatever, how that's the best-selling album and it's not, Purple Rain or Sgt. Pepper or London Calling or whatever, I just don't understand the world a lot of times. But if you love them, you love them, or like them, you like them, that's great. I'm glad they're there. For people that enjoy them, might want to seek some therapy, but it's glad that they're there for you. So the Eagles, just the epitome of humdrum music, and soulless. Anyway, the second band, and like I said, there's just so many I had to narrow down. Could have just picked so many choices I could have gone with. But the second band I'll go with is a band that's been around since I guess the mid to late 60s, and I guess they're still around. Fleetwood Mac. And I understand that they've been through like a dozen iterations of members that have come and gone, but I guess probably like most people, when you say Fleetwood Mac, what comes to mind is the classic lineup of Stevie Nicks, the other girl, Lindsey Buckingham, and Mick Fleetwood, and whoever else is in the band. I don't know. But I mean, the Rumors and the Tusk and the whatever the album before Rumors was, that was a pretty big hit. Not as bad as the Eagles. Actually, I mean, they're really not even that bad, but good vocals.